Russian forces have seized control of Europe's biggest nuclear power plant in Ukraine. The facility in the country's south came under heavy shelling and a building caught fire. Ukrainian authorities say the building was used for training and was away from the reactor. But the attack has sparked fears of a potential nuclear disaster, and Ukraine has denounced the assault as nuclear terror. Europe correspondent Isabella Higgins reports from Lviv.
A barricade bombed. For days, residents of Untitled used whatever they could to protect Europe's biggest nuclear power station. But it wasn't enough to keep Russian forces back. A blaze breaking out after troops fired at the Zaporizhzhia power plant.
Europe has to wake up now. Russian tanks are shooting at nuclear reactor blocks.
Zaporizhzhia's 6 large nuclear reactors normally supply roughly 1/4 of Ukraine's power. The main concern with fire breaking out was damaging critical equipment used to keep spent fuel rods cool.
This is a rapidly evolving situation, and the fact that a nuclear power plant has been blockaded, is surrounded by military forces, is subject to fire with significant weapons, is an extremely concerning situation.
Nearby, Russia is attempting to tighten its grip on Ukraine's south. Medics race across the bombarded city of Mariupol. This 16-year-old boy was injured in a blast near a school. He was unable to be saved. Power has now been cut to the key port area, but it's held out for now. However, Russia is claiming it has control of Kherson, the first urban area in this war. The neighbouring city of Melbourne greeting Russian occupation with defiance. It's here in the coastal south that Russia has been making strategic advances. Kherson, now believed to be under Russian control, is part of their push to cut Ukrainian forces off from the sea. There are now fears for Ukraine's biggest port, Odessa, where Russian naval ships are reportedly approaching. To the east, Moscow is laying siege to the key city of Mariupol, while Ukraine's second largest city of Kyiv is being pounded by heavy aerial bombardment and Russian paratroops on the ground. But there is no bigger prize than the capital. Moscow has ramped up assaults on the outskirts of Kyiv. Homes in the firing line. The city's mayor says time is against them.
We're really counting hours here. Not months. We cannot wait for some conventions coming up in a couple of weeks and maybe making a decision what to do with that. We have no time. We need to act now.
Missiles continue to batter surrounding towns. At least 33 bodies were found in this rubble in the city of Chernihiv. Moscow confident in their progress.
Dear comrades, I want to say that the special military operation is proceeding strictly in line with the timetable according to plan. All the tasks that have been set are being successfully resolved.
The slower than expected Russian offensive has given Ukraine's military more time to mobilise. This line behind me is reservists learning how to shoot a gun for the first time.
The youngest here is 16 and the oldest is 68. War is already at our door, so we must do what we can.
As citizens do their bit, a second round of talks between Russia and Ukraine ended with no breakthrough, but they did agree on humanitarian corridors. The United Nations predicts 1/4 of Ukraine's population could be displaced, a sobering message in the midst of war.
And Isabella Higgins joins me now from Lviv. Isabella, is there an update on the situation at the nuclear power plant?
Well, Jeremy, this attack has certainly sparked fear here and abroad. Now, the imminent threat appears to be under control. Local emergency services say they were able to put out a blaze at the site, and authorities say that the nuclear reactor appears to be stable, but now Russian forces are claiming control of this site. In recent days, they also claimed control of Chernobyl. That's the site of the world's worst-known nuclear disaster. So many people are describing Russia's new tactic of targeting nuclear power plants as being incredibly concerning and incredibly reckless.
Isabella Higgins in Lviv.